Hold on. Just trying to get my shit in order. Y'all ready to have some fun? So here's my thing, right? I've got a million complaints to file. I've been holding off on them for like literally since January. I was doing it because once Chief Moore said he was leaving, I wasn't giving them any complaints because I'm like, he's leaving, his career is over, he'll be out of here in a month. He's just gonna just throw out everything. And then when I was like, I'll wait for the next chief, but then they decided to do an interim chief. So this guy's temporary, so temporary chief really doesn't give a fuck. So I was like, I'm gonna hold off until the next chief is in place, just let these things sit. It's not like there's a statute of limitation on these complaints, but I just wanna make sure that they're properly adjudicated. But I'm getting tired of waiting around and shit, you know what I'm saying? So I figured I'll start writing some of these motherfuckers up. Because what I'm seeing out here lately for Hollywood, this division, they used to be awful. And then in 2020, 2021, we basically, we were in a war against each other. They know. And they know who won that war too. Because the way they police in Hollywood is completely different now. They don't police. Like I said, I've been cop watching. I don't use a scanner often. And so I used to just go for a walk on Hollywood Boulevard and just run into a million stops. Don't need a scanner, it's just there. I'm starting to see that again, so I was like, you gotta get these motherfuckers in check. Everybody's new. Everybody in this division in Hollywood is new, coming from other divisions. There's very few cops that are here from back then. And these new cops, like they haven't been through the wars, so they just think like, what's he gonna do? So my thing is I'm gonna show him what I'm gonna do. Sometimes it's not even, like I say this all the time, sometimes it's not even about getting a sustained complaint because the cops are fucking bullshit. Sometimes it's about publicly shaming, you know?
And they were just lazy. They started, I don't know, drunks and they stole the goods, started piling up in the apartment. I was just like, no. I evicted them from there after.
I'm tired.
So, and then I gave them this car, so they were living out of a car here in nearby streets.
Tommy, I appreciate it. Look at that scar.
Like I seen it in the car about it.
Can you see the scar?
Because last time we saw
My finger was mangled.
When was the last time you came back?
Earlier this year, sometime this year. That's all I can tell you.
I got more scars.
With my head buried in the
My shoes are filthy, my God.
Right, yeah.
Appreciate it, Knife. Lenny, what's up, brother? I didn't low-key flip you off.
Well, it looks like he was,
I'm tired as shit. We about to have fun. I'm teaching somebody a lesson right now.
Yeah, it's in my phone.
Yeah, I need to speak to the supervisor. I'll be right out here. If you don't mind, let them know I'm right out here. I hate sitting in there because I can't talk. She's reporting a crime. I'm not saying she has a right to do it in privacy like that, but I'm gonna give her privacy. No reason for me to put her shit on blast. Anyway. Yeah, a few reports. How many reports? 1, 2, 3, 4. One of them's gonna be fun though. I'm not gonna. Listen, here's what I say, right? I have been through, I counted my technically detainments or arrests. And it's been, I thought it was 7, it's actually 8 in the last 3 years. And they always tell me they need to thoroughly investigate it. They're like, sure, don't worry about it. We're gonna get you out of cuffs in a minute. We just gotta do it, we're obligated to do our investigation. Or I'll get swatted, or the group will get swatted, and they'll be like, we know you don't have a gun or anything, but we have to do our investigation. We gotta do an investigation. So, with what I'm about to do right now, I want to make sure it's thoroughly investigated. It's going to be fun. I had a cop tell me assault is only when you get touched. Is that wrong, film the police? That would be battery. I mean, listen, it could be both. But here's the thing, right? Assault with a deadly weapon doesn't require you actually being physically hurt. I have seen people who are holding flagpoles, and they call it just by waving it. There's brandishing, but then there's assault with a deadly weapon, which means I believe that it's more than just brandishing. You actually have to make a credible threat of violence at them or whatever. But that's assault with a deadly weapon. There was a case that you guys, Lenny or Charles Patrick probably knows the Jermaine Pettit case, where the cop shot him in the back. It's just a case that I'm going to revisit. It's just that I don't have time. Right? I mean, I'm going to get my shit together one of these days and just roll through these things. But this is a guy who was charged with assault with a deadly weapon because he had a bike lock in his hand that the cops said he brandished like a gun at the cops, and they shot him. Video didn't even show any of that. The video showed them shooting him in the back. The video showed one of the cops involved telling his partner, the son of the police union vice president, that it's not a gun, bro. It's not a gun. And then the sergeant rolled up and reached out the window and I talk about this case all the time because honestly, it's like the most fucked up case. And nobody worked that case harder than me. No one. Like I said, I have video people haven't seen. I don't have the video on tape. I have 30 seconds after he was shot, the video for the next 10 minutes. I don't know how he lived, the amount of blood. This was someone lunging at me in my face when I told them to back up. Is that illegal? No, hell no. Shit. Somebody lunges at me, I'm gonna knock them out. Gizmo's going to sleep. Gizmo, the best you'll see this weekend is Runyon. The park is hard to go on the weekend because too many people, and they have like kickball games and soccer games early, so yeah, this is gonna be fun to see this. This campaign's gonna be fun. Let's see what they have to say. It's gonna be interesting to see what sergeant comes out here. It'd be great if they don't have any sergeants here, so they send out like a detective. I want to walk over there and see which detective it is. I look for certain cars. It's gonna be fun. Good night, Gizmo. Sorry I didn't have a bagel for you. Not today. Not today. Who's making all that noise over there? Somebody's screaming. It's like an argument, and I'm too tired to walk over there and check. Can y'all hear that? Is this video coming in clear also? Just want to know if the video is clear, otherwise I'll record on my other phone too. Okay. They're having an argument over there. There's a sergeant right there. No, it's not. I wonder who it would be. I wonder who it would be Sergeant James. I still got to put him through it. Got contacted by the captain of internal affairs today over that one case of a guy spit on the sidewalk and the cops detained him. I don't know what code, I think it was like 55.60.010. If that's right, then my memory is just ridiculous. Quote that for me if you don't mind. For spitting on the sidewalk. Problem is that code is from another county, not from LA. There is no code against spitting on a sidewalk in LA. So he was just lazy. He was sitting in his car. He's like, we're gonna get this guy for a ticket. And he just Googled it on his phone and went with the first thing that came up without even checking to see if it's LA. This is the type of people we have. He's a senior lead officer in Northwest Division. Northeast Division. By like Scientology Blue Building, that area. That's why I kind of look for him to see if he ever shows up there. I don't ever picture either one of those two, Vargas and, what's the other one's name? But anyway, so I got their asses on, obviously, an illegal detainment, writing a false ticket. But another thing, too, is because I clowned them so hard and just cooked them on social media, so they sent a letter of correction stating that this code is no longer valid. And I wrote them up for that, too, because the language they're using of it's no longer valid makes it seem like it was once valid, and it was never valid. So it's not that it's no longer valid, it was never valid. Do they always fudge language like that? How many times have they fudged language like that on a scene or on a crime report? I think that's important information for defense attorneys to know. So I filed a complaint on that. I know these assholes, they'll find a way not to sustain it. He's going to get sustained for the other stuff, but they'll probably let him go for that because it would be like dishonesty or lying, and they never want to have that because all of that is discoverable through SB 1421 CPRAs, so like Freedom of Information. But it does make it so that when a defense attorney does a pitches motion to find out about an individual cop's history, they'll be given my number to contact, and I can be like, yeah. I know what's what happened with all these things so far. Every time they've asked me to come in and testify, then they tell me I don't need to. Why? Because they strike deals. They don't want a cop going on stand or having me go on stand talking about how a cop is a liar. And here, by the way, here's a video of it right here. LAPD says this guy didn't do it, but here's video of him doing it. You see for yourself. They don't want that on record. So it's like they get out of, they cut them deals. Like I said, this one guy, he was a security guard there on the April 28th at the UCLA protest. You can hear me in my live feed. I'm like, hey, what's up, bro? This is the beginning where I went up to a security guard. I was like, what's up, brother? He's like, I knew you would be here. But I got him off of a case. He was caught with a ghost gun. And he got diversion program where all he had to do is do a one gun safety class, and they dropped the charges. Why? They could not put that cop on the stand. You want to know the two cops' names? One of them is Quintanilla. I sustained a complaint against him for being a fucking liar, caught him lying. But the other one is Richard Podkowski. If you buy a computer, go look up a Richard Podkowski. Richard Podkowski was arrested like a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, over by the airport. Like, what are you doing over by the airport in some apartment? We're like, what the fuck is going on over there? Some training day shit. And apparently he assaulted somebody with a weapon. Who was in there? He was probably in there smoking meth. Who knows? All I know is he's not going to have a job. And I've been telling for years, you can go on my Twitter and just do a search for my name in Podkowski. And you know what you're going to see? Tweet after tweet saying this guy, back in 2020 or 2021, saying this guy is a complete fuck up. I always said if one of these days, when like a police shooting happens, a fucked up police shooting happens, he's the first name that my mind goes to. I'm serious, I've been saying it for years. And then here we have this guy. I told you, I've been telling you, the captain of this division saved him time after time from me. Now that captain, Big Head Steve Laurie, he's a commander over at West Bureau, over this whole bureau. Not just this station, but the whole bureau, multiple stations. And he was the one who coordinated the response during the protest when they had the big-ass riot. I'm not gonna say riot, when they had the attacks. He was the one that coordinated response. When it took 4.5 hours for the cops to intervene, that was his job. That was his deal. You see the fuck-ups we're dealing with. And like I said, that was the right-hand man of Corey Palka. Who's Corey Palka? Corey Palka was the guy who worked to cover up Les Moonves's of CBS News, his rapes. They talk about this in the city council meeting the other day, right? The fucking cops went out of their way to protect Les Moonves here in Hollywood. The captain of this division, when he found out about rape allegations, was conferring with Les Moonves and his lawyer, having meetings and things like that. Things that's so frustrating is because, you know, he ended up paying a fine. We're talking about thousands of dollars. What is a $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 fine mean to a guy who's worth like $50 million? Nothing. And so they were talking about that in the neighborhood council meeting and talking about Hugo and them, and essentially how they're trying to triple the size of the fines. But even that's not good enough, man. There should be a maximum fine of whatever, $1 million, if depending upon the wealth of a person. Like, okay, if you're gonna do some corrupt shit that you're gonna make $1 million off of, who gives a fuck about a $15,000 fine? That's what you're gonna get me for? This is all punk shit. How old are you now? How old are you now? How old are you, Jamie Fierce? How old are you now? How old are you, Jamie? It's your birthday. It's also Jessica's birthday, too. Happy birthday, Jamie. When you lived it, you know it, and, well, corruption's at its finest, please. Les Moonves' net worth is $400 million. Like $15,000 fine is nothing. Thoughts on the Jay situation and the city attorney? I don't know the exact. I heard that he has to have a city attorney meeting. So if you guys don't know what a city attorney meeting, it's just a formality. It's the city attorney saying we're not going to charge you, but we're going to have a meeting with you to tell you how you're a very bad person, you're a very naughty person, and you should not do this again. And if you don't do it again in the next year, we won't bring these charges. We have the right, while we are not charging you now, we have up to 12 months to charge you. But we're going to waive that, but as long as you don't commit this same thing again. I've been through these city attorney meetings. It's just them chastising you. You know what I tell them to do? Suck my dick. That's what you could do. They try that shit with me so many times. All these times. I'm like, I don't care what you have to say. Then I told them, charge me. I told them that. I want this fight. I dare you. Like I said, I told this story before. As I tape, I'm gonna file a complaint right here. I'm gonna tape it. If every phone call I have with the LAPD, I record them, every single call. Do I tell them, in California you have a 2-party consent law. Do I say, hey, I'm gonna let you know right now I'm recording you? No, I don't have to do that shit. Why the fuck am I have to tell you that? I'm calling to get a receipt on an official interaction. I have a right to document that. Additionally, what the law says is there are exceptions to the law. One of the exceptions is that an officer has no right to privacy while placing a phone call in a police facility. That's some case out of something in San Francisco. I'm trying to think of it. It's already decided there, right? But more than that, there are other exceptions. If there is a reasonable likelihood that the other party might suspect that you're recording, then that's an exception. I tell them, I'm filming the police LA. There's a good chance I'm recording. Everybody knows I record. Everybody, every interaction. Then another exception was, I'm thinking of something else. But anyway, I went to the city attorney meeting because they were trying to charge me with eavesdropping for recording my calls, for recording some shady ass shit. And it was a cop explaining to me, he just started volunteering information to me over the phone, just volunteering a bunch of shit. He was talking my ear off for 45 minutes. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna sit back and oh, really? Tell me more. And he was just giving me all this incriminating shit about the processes. And yeah, no, and then I posted it. And again, it was a situation where a cop had taken a woman from one scene to the next scene to a dark ass street, and who knows what the fuck he was gonna do. He's no longer LAPD cop. He's now in Santa Ana. What's going on, Nicholas Escoval? That's my guy, Nick, right there, you fucking bitch. Anyway, so he called me to explain that thing. And I recorded it and I posted it, and it was embarrassing. And so the chief's like, I'm gonna fucking prosecute him. I'm gonna get him prosecuted for this. So they sent it to the district attorney, and they sent me a district attorney's letter for a meeting. And you don't even have to do that meeting. Like, if you don't show up, you're not required to show up. The only thing, they just, they're gonna be like, well, if you don't show up, then we are definitely gonna charge you. Do it. I'm not recommending he does it, but in my case, it made a ton of sense. Oh, here we go. Oh, who do we got tonight? This is some new guy. Is it clear?
Some resident never came?
No.
Oh, my bad. Let me get up here. I just thought they had told me that someone came. My bad.
All right, yeah, I appreciate it. I'm in no rush. I'm here ranting out here. What was I just talking about? Oh yeah, how they tried the city attorney's meeting. What was that cop flying down the street like that? Is he gonna blow the light without he's gonna blow the light without putting on his sirens? He made a right turn, but if he had gone straight, boy, I would have written his ass up, and that's a big no-no. What was I saying? So, city attorney meeting, like they had me come in there, and they're like, again, you can't do this. They did say this. They're like, we know what we understand the work you do, and we need more William Goods, but you can't record people without giving them. And my lawyer said, well, we believe the law is on our side. Like, well, listen, if you did, as long as you don't do this for the next 6 months, because this was like 6 months after I had recorded it, we won't press charges. And my lawyer was like, but we're perfectly fine in taking this to court because we believe that he has a right to. And she's like, well, I'll go back and I'll tell this to the office, and they're going to have to make a decision. I'm like, man, shut the fuck up. You guys don't want this case. So I told the story again. As soon as I got home, immediately he went home, called up the station right here, called the same guy who they tried to, who had a conversation with, that they tried to prosecute me over, called him up, and I recorded that shit and sent it to the chief the next day, like, here. Let's do it. And he sent me an email back. He's like, when did this take place? I told him what time. Because he was like, I could tell Moore was pissed. And I love that shit. Like, prosecute me, punk. You don't want that. Like, people, I say this again. I don't get mad when I get arrested. I don't get mad. Like I said, I'm willing to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't be like, oh man, great, I want to get arrested today. I don't want to. I just, to make a point sometimes it's the best way to make a point. I'm gonna have some fun right now. Prosecute me, punk. Yeah. You could see that. You could see some stuff on that in. I have an article about that. It's in LA Taco by Lex Olivier. You could just like Google, I guess like William Good eavesdropping or film the police eavesdropping. Uh-oh, there goes my supervisor. There he goes with his lights on. So there goes my supervisor. Uh-oh, more of them. I'm not getting the supervisor. I gotta go find out where the fuck these guys are. This is when I wish I drove. I'm fine with getting on a scooter, but sometimes a scooter is difficult if I'm going east too far. Going on the other side of Vine, because you have to take 2 scooters. To Serrano and Hollywood. Come on, guys. What? Oh, fuck, I need a scooter. It's a shooting. Fuck. Hey, Charles Patrick, you hear anybody? You hear him rolling your way? Of course, there's no scooter around. Right, they have no scooter around whenever I need it. Garfield and Franklin. Fuck, he took that shit. Gramercy between Franklin and Hollywood. That's over by you, Charles Patrick? Gramercy between Sunset and Hollywood. That's a really big perimeter, right? That's a very big perimeter from Sunset to Hollywood. Oh, at Franklin. Oh, okay. Anyway, I'm not gonna have a supervisor right now. They're all gone. Shit, they're in a foot pursuit over in another area. Damn, they're asking for more. They don't have a helicopter over there. It's like they have a ground commander setting up. Normally they have a helicopter running the ship. But if you want to commit a crime, you can do it over here on like more central part of Hollywood because all the cops are over there. Fuck! Franklin and Gramercy, a victim, possible victim. Literally every scooter I've walked past has been broken. So they said it sounds like the George unit is running the scene. There is a victim. Come on, where the fuck is the scooter, man? So they said it's a George unit, right? What's a George unit? A George unit is so a George unit is a gang unit. So they're taking the lead. So this is probably some gang initiated stop, or not a stop. Normally I'd be there by now if I was on a scooter, but I have to go to these extremes to find one. You know what tomorrow is? Tomorrow is data reset day for my other phones. Why are there no air units? It's like, I'm just surprised there are no helicopters running the scene. Because they sound kind of discombobulated. I'm trying to figure out, just listening to this cop's voice, who he is. Okay, that sounds like the helicopter guy right there. I just recognize his voice. He's a real fucking asshole. He's like the most aggressive, but well, I don't see it. Maybe it's not him. Usually you can see the shit from a distance, you know? Like a cop used to always ask me, how do you find all these scenes so quickly? I literally see the helicopter and I go to the helicopter where the light's flashing. Like, it's not that difficult. It sounds like him, but it doesn't sound like him. It sounds like his voice. Wait, you know, this is a street right here where I don't trust shit. Like, it's got some potholes, I'll go tumbling. There is a shooting victim on Franklin. Don't. Oh, God, I shouldn't look at my phone. I shouldn't look at my phone and ride on a scooter with one hand. I'm like, let me look at my. Oh, fuck. No, that's not a helicopter voice. Pocket time. Hold on, I got you. I gotta get up there. You hear the sirens, they're calling for more backup. Hold on. It sounds like they're chasing them right here. This is all happening right now, guys. They're gonna catch him like right up here. Oh, it's okay. They're in a chase. They're straight up in a chase now, guys. Authorizing 4 units for the chase. I gotta get off the scooter. All right. They're in pursuit. Fuck! need a car for this. The shooting suspect's right up there. They're chasing after him. And this fucking scooter's gonna lock up right now on me. He's in the foot pursuit. All that. Wait. Oh, okay. They're going on the freeway. All right. They're turning on Highland. I'm out of the chase, guys. Well, the thing is, when somebody's in a chase, they have a way of coming back. Hold on. They're authorizing 6 units for it, okay? They're asking for the ETA on that. So this guy right here who did the shooting, they set up a perimeter. Then it sounded like they were looking for, they heard a prowler, and then they all went running over to the street, and he got into his car and he took off. Wait, what are they talking about? This is so sad. So the helicopter's preparing to launch. See, the thing about chases, again, they have a tendency, especially when I'm following them, they're in a foot pursuit. Okay, he's going to eastbound Hollywood. He's coming back this way. Again, they always have a way. Honestly, I'm just going to keep on working eastward. I'm going to jump in my car because... Hold on. It's always, I mean, stuff like this, even for you guys, it's worth like downloading and hearing what's going on. He's coming back this way again. So all I want to do is get on the other side of Vine, position myself. But he's driving Hollywood Boulevard. He keeps taking Hollywood Boulevard. It's crazy on a Friday night that do on a chase. The only reason he's getting away with that, I was on Hollywood earlier tonight, is dead, and I'm shocked. You know why though? People gotta pay rent. This is rent weekend, they don't have money. Now they're going. All right, he's coming back this way. He's coming back this way, guys. They're coming this way. Oh, they're passing the IHOP where I usually, the IHOP I always go to. They through my neighborhood. So they're gonna be coming right up here. I'm gonna set up right here. Like I said, you wanna see a chase, guys? Oh, they went north on Vine. Oh no, yeah, they turn. Are they stopping there? It sounds like there's a stop right there. He TC'd, he crashed. They're leaving from here. east of Vine. That's west. Oh, okay. Well, too bad. You could ask me if I don't mind. I'm gonna do what I'm doing. It crashed. It was Chase. It was Chase. He crashed around the corner. They got it. Sunset Easter.
We're good, just hold it. Body weight on me. Body weight on me. Put it above the knees.
Shout out to Edith.
Let's do this. Take it a little bit further back.
I'm not stepping back until he's in custody. When you guys get him up in custody, I'll move. Otherwise, I'm not moving. All right, once he's up, I'll move. There you go.
They're gonna carry him.
Yeah. Bro got caught up in a shooting.
I'm stepping back from.
Yeah, sure.
Mr. Good, can you stay off the street?
Why don't you address everybody else? Yeah, don't address me, all right? If you're gonna do it, address everybody. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. You said Mr. Goo. Don't come to me first. I'm gonna cook your fucking ass. I'm not in the mood for you guys. I really am not. Remember what I was just saying? When there's a pursuit, even though I'm on a scooter, I feel comfortable being where it's gonna end. I feel comfortable where it's gonna end because people generally return to the same areas. I remember one time, there was a guy, they were chasing him all over the city and he kept on going down Bonnie Brain like 6th or 7th. Why me? That's what we TC. Look at the little cop leading the scene. You're a little guy. You're the littlest guy. I give you guys the best content, don't I? Do I stick around for the end of this? I don't know. Jessica said, I think Will is being swatted. No, now, I'll be honest with you guys, now I gotta go home and change because I was running around, now I'm all sweaty. It's either that or I go jogging. So they're coming code 3. And they're doing their sirens because they want to go they want to block off traffic right here. So they want to get a cop car here immediately, block this shit off. Here comes the ambulance. I'm not gonna watch them pull the person out of the car. And I'm annoyed at that cop telling me, no, I'll be honest with you, this is gonna be my second shower. My first shower of the day, I normally get up and take a shower, but I was just fucking around in my house for a little bit. Oh no, that's right, I take that back. I did take a shower when I got one left this morning. But I spent the whole day at that half a day over at that damn sweep, and I felt disgusting. Is there any reason for me to go over and, yeah, it crashed. So his car, there's 2 cars crashed over there. His car crashed into, I believe, a BMW. And then he got out and ran over here. Yeah, Mr. Good, can you please shut your mouth? I told him no. I'm not gonna don't tell me, I know the boundaries to give. Don't tell me I can't be in the street. It's not a crime scene. The street is not a crime scene. If you want to block off the sidewalk because they believe something, the street was not a crime scene. It wasn't near his car. Don't tell me he could have thrown a gun when you'd see it in the street. Shut up. He tried to get away again too. Yeah, so anyway. You know what? I might even be able to file these complaints tonight. Because you know why? First off, they're gonna have multiple crime scenes. Oh my God. They're gonna be tied up all night. You're gonna have the crime scene with the crash. You're gonna have the crime scene. You're gonna have a crime scene on Franklin where the shooting is. You're then gonna have a multi-block crime scene because multiple block crime scene where he was running from when he got into his car, and they said there was an apartment there that he was in, and then he was prowling through another apartment, and then you have the crash scene, and then, oh my God, they're not going to have any supervisors available tonight, and quite honestly, they are not going to even have. It's not even worth cop watching. No, they're not. They don't have enough cops available. They're gonna have cops. They're gonna have to bring in outside division cops for some of this perimeter shit. They're gonna have so many crime scenes. I'm all sweaty. That's why I hop on a scooter. Maybe I'll go jogging around the crime scene. I'll go for a jog because it's uphill. Everything going up north, you're going uphill. It might be it's like a slow, low grade. And so when you get up to Franklin, I like running hills. So my IDF friend got, you know where I'm going. They have a positive ID for the suspect. So I'll see you in a couple of years. I mean, in, I don't know, a couple of years, lots of years. And if the shooting, whoever he shot, if they dead, I won't see you ever again. I saw the dog guy today, that one in Patrick Perry. And he listen, it's like, he knows. He knows. And then he had like 2 other guys around him and they want to stop and stare. So I went and stopped and stared and I started walking back toward him and they walked away. It's facts. Like I said, he knows. If he had something to say to me, if he wanted to duke it out, he had his opportunity. The problem is, you know, and this is not me making fun of him. It's just, man, let's do the math on this. He's like 8 inches shorter than me and he can't walk. He's walking with a cane. Like, you want to get in a fight? You really want to get in a fight? You know, don't. My thing is, don't play that tough guy role. And so then you notice he started walking around with six knives. Now, I don't know if he's always walking around with 6 knives or whatever. So I saw him walking up on Hollywood Boulevard later this evening. I told you that dog, I saw him and that dog a few weeks ago, and his dog went lunging at Gizmo. And Gizmo was like, what the fuck is his problem? The guy he was with, he was talking to them, pointing at me like, that guy right there. I'm like, man, shut the fuck up. What are you gonna do? First off, my people right across the street really want to do this. Secondly, I don't need them. I just sweep Patrick's leg if he comes at me. This means like no complaint until, what time is it now? 10 o'clock until like 1 in the morning. If the shooting scene, if the person died, it's a homicide scene and shit. I mean, they're gonna treat it, you know, like that, no matter what. Yeah, his excuse, K. Taylor, was something else. Just blow the red light. Everybody knows there's no cops around right now. You can do whatever you want. Was that exciting for you guys? Going on a police chase? On a scooter.
Mr. Good, will you please back up?
Appreciate it, Trisha. Zach is at it again. Uh-oh, he's gonna take him on a police chase next. What? They're gonna be chasing after Zach. I'm gonna be right there on my scooter. If they arrest him, I'm gonna go up to him as they handcuff him and walk away. Yeah, you have any comment, Zach? Yeah, guys, don't talk about that guy, Tony. I'll handle it. You don't even have to talk about it. Don't even talk about him. Just trust that. Just trust me. Just trust me. Let's see what's going on in the world. I gotta get in the shower, guys. They closed. So, not the sultry voice in the car time. He can talk about my family. I don't care, guys. Don't worry about that. You guys don't have to remind me what a troll says. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. You guys don't have to send me messages. Hey, this person said. I don't care, guys. I don't care. I deal with real shit. This is not real shit. His bullshit is not real shit. Like I said, I know how to do this. I go up against who? Going up against a loser is not very hard. I know what I'm doing. Trisha, you funny. Seriously, guys, just don't worry about it. Like I said, guys, I have gone up against the police department in the most vicious ways possible. We believe my son was killed because somebody who's a cop lover had him assassinated. Okay, I'm used to you can't hurt me. The things people say about me can't hurt me. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that can't hurt me. What he thrives off of is when you guys like, oh, let me go watch him, and he loves that. That's what he wants. He's a loser, and so why would you even give it to him? It's not important unless you're just into salacious shit. Then go to Reddit and hang out over there, and that's all goofy. It literally means nothing to me. The shit I deal with is not. That's. Do you know the amount of messages I get over this UCLA Israel stuff? The hate I get. I got this guy talking about fucking killing me. Like, I don't care. Could not care, guys. So like I said, it might be important to y'all. It's not important to me. Nobody can hurt me. You can't hurt my feelings. When I get mad, honestly, you think about it, it's me working myself up to be mad at them for a reason. I like to have a chip on my shoulder. Kind of like how, Michael Jordan always needed the edge and just find a way to be petty. I'm a petty person. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna end Scientology because they told me to suck their cock. Simply because if he said suck my dick, it'd have been different. But when that cock is so vulgar, the way he said it, it's like, nah, the whole religion's got to go down now, guys. That's like who I am. I'm a petty person like that. So I look for those little things, but things don't really get to me. Like, I'm not really like angry. Shit. A lot of times it's me when I'm yelling at cops, like in an angry way. I mean, yeah. Is the audio okay? I'm petty. And, a lot of times, sometimes, I'm a hothead too. I am a hothead, right? But it's different, right? Angry is when when you're super angry and stuff, you make mistakes. I'm not going to make mistakes. I'm not going to make a mistake while I'm angry. I feel more, like, I kind of need angry to be focused. Some people, when they get angry and make mistakes and you start saying stupid shit, I'll kill you. Next thing you know, you got a fucking criminal threats charge. Like, I don't do that. I never do that. I I keep things in check. Don't tase me, bro. Oh, God. You hear the helicopters over there, Charles? Yeah, Charles Patrick. It's funny. They got there a little late, huh? They got there. I've never seen on a Friday night helicopters being there so late. I mean, is it that cloudy? It doesn't look cloudy enough to be grounded. On a Friday night, you got 18 helicopters and there were none on a shooting and police chase. I don't know. It leads to a TC and a foot bail, and there's no helicopter. I've never seen that. I don't take offense to me like me when I'm like that. I snap and stuff. It's not personal. Right? When I say that, it's not a personal thing against me for saying, hey, don't, kind of snapping. I'm not. That's just how I am. I talk like that. Yeah, I remember I snapped on Daniel. I was like, you letting him roll you like that. And part of the reason I said it's because he was being rolled. But it was nothing personal against him. Oh, it's not me being like mad at him. It's just that's how I talk, and it's hard for me. Jessica understand. Jessica understand. I mean, she's sort of got that personality. Danny is eating a worm on DOA's stream. I'm not eating a worm, guys. I promise you. And I'm a vegan. I can't do it. The streets know who drove by the blue building today. Who drove by there? I ran right up to him. Kelly, I'm telling you, on a car chase, I was positioning myself to be in the right position for when the shit ended. I'm good at this stuff. It's about anticipation. Oh yeah, he drove by. He lives in Hollywood. He just drove by. He's not that person. He's not a tough guy. He's not a tough guy, guys. He's not that person. You know what I would do if I were in that position? I'd come walking up by myself to a crowd of 20 people and I'd be like, yeah, what? That's me. He ain't me, guys. Everyone from the Northeast gets it. You know what I'm saying? I'll be honest with you. When I came out here to California, I was surprised how soft people were. I was so surprised. Guys, I don't care if he's talking crap about me. Why would you think I care? My God, shut up. He's doing it. Who cares? He's a loser. He needs me. So stop talking about it. He wants you talking about him. Don't talk about him. Or go to his channel. Go watch his shit. If you're saying he's talking about me, that means you're fucking watching it. Why are you watching it? Don't come over here talking about it. If you're going to watch it, go watch that shit. Why are you watching it? Why do you feed into that? Then you'd be all on Reddit. Oh my God, it's so... Shut up. Shit. If you want to come to my channel, we do real shit. I promise you. I focus on going after police, politicians, and some real shit. If you guys want to sit around and talk like some little girls and stuff and then go over there to his shit, just don't come over here with his shit. Don't get me wrong. I'll call people, I'll talk about Zach. You know why I talk about Zach? Because he put my name in his mouth. He gets that shit. Imagine, what about me makes anyone think they can talk about me like that, who's around me, and then try to put charges on me? You're going to try to have me arrested? And when I am arrested, at another point, you're talking shit behind my back? That's when you have a problem with me. Then you're going to hear my mouth. But other than that, guys, I don't care. You want to go through, let me go through. I should just go through my DMs right now and just read you all the shit I get all day long. Do you want to see how many, 50 messages a day about how I'm a piece of shit? And, we're going to kill your mom, and we're going to do this. And you think I care about what this fool has to say? Shit. Solomon, when were you unmodded? I didn't unmod you. I never unmodded you. Unless somebody did it on the way out. Solomon's a managing moderator. Oh, fuck. Solomon's the man. Maybe somebody did do it on the way out. You know, if I'm not going to mention. Sorry about your lack of intelligence and your feelings of inferiority, which you try to mask with this account. I guess I have a feeling of inferiority. Rest assured, you don't matter and you never will. Hope that helps. So I said to him, the fact that you made this account just to send me messages makes me feel superior as fuck right now. Thank you so much. Like when you're making up whole, like, why is Solomon? Okay, there he goes. Why is? I have a feeling somebody, Solomon, whoever did that shit, I have a feeling that somebody did it on their way out. I'm not gonna get into it. You know I'd never mod you. Solomon's my main guy right there. It's my guy. So they're asking for an ambulance for this guy, the shooting victim. Solomon's the man. I support Solomon fully. Actually, I think Solomon is so far advanced, right? How many kids can travel the way he does? I respect his parents for letting him do what he does. I think he is learning so much more about life than he is, say, Solomon, if you were sitting at home playing video games, right? Like, what kind of life experience is that? I've seen Solomon grow so much over the last 6 months as a person. Right, Solomon? I remember the first time we saw each other outside the test center. I had a little talk with Solomon then, and I have never seen somebody grow so much in such a short period of time. And physically, but I'm not talking about that as personality and character and just maturity and stuff. I'm gonna tell you this though, you don't need to do the harassing stuff. Like, don't. And I don't want to hear you cursing. All that cursing stuff. Don't curse. I don't want to hear a 16-year-old cursing. You can go curse with your friends when I'm not around. If I hear it on a thing, I don't want to hear you cursing. And I'm not saying that it's wrong for you to curse because whatever. But no, I don't want to hear you cursing. That's just the way it is. Actually, I don't want to hear you curse forever. I don't even care when you're 40 years old, Solomon. I don't want to hear you curse. Oh, wow, they have RAs, the crash scene, probably for victims of other cars that he perp hit before he crashed. I can imagine he hit somebody during going down Sunset. Solomon, no fucking cursing. Leave that for me. Exactly, Solomon. Exactly. It's my guy right there. Yeah. Now Solomon's taking pictures in Vegas with some women. 11 years old, running around Aviano, Italy, with no parents. Oh, damn, Ash. Remember, I'm going to fix that. I'm sorry, I haven't fixed it yet, Ash. Yeah, I will say this, guys. Like, any worry about people who are like, oh, well, you can get charged with Solomon, delinquency of the minor. No, you can't. Like, don't just see it. Somebody says it online, you guys run with it. Show me the penal code and how that matches up. Doesn't even make sense. It's just, guys, Jesus. It's like somebody says it online, like, oh, no, that's why they got to run with it. What are you talking about? Just Google real quickly. Google things and look it up and say, does that make sense? Does this somehow fit? Come on. Stop it. Taking away, like, getting scared also, freaking yourself out off of what some troll says. Like, oh, the law, oh, conspiracy and all that. Man, there's none of that. Well, let me ask you something. Since you've been out there, how many arrests have you seen in Church of Scientology so far against protesters, right? Now ask yourself how many people have actually being prosecuted. 0. None. It's just the cops arresting and the district attorney and city attorney saying, no, this is bullshit. So stop freaking yourselves out with all you. Maybe I just don't understand that type of personality, because people spend their lives freaking themselves out of, oh, but what if, talking themselves out of doing things, and all it does is delay opportunity and shit, and people talking themselves out of opportunity. It's like, you see things clearly and understand the law and shit, sure. Some basic shit. That's what you have a cell phone and Google just like on the fly. It's just, but come on, don't spend your time freaking yourself out, talking yourself out of things. Imagine if I did that shit. What if I was like, oh, I don't want to go out in that field in UCLA. I can get hurt. A bottle could hit me and all that. Man, just, take precautions and all, but don't freak yourself out. Oh, I don't want to be here because they can come after me for conspiracy charges. How? Like, how? What are you talking about? All that's doubt, self-doubt and stuff. I don't understand it. And maybe it's just a personality thing, because I'm just kind of I go all the way forward, but I make smart decisions along the way. I just wish people would just stop freaking themselves out, talking themselves out of it. And honestly, this is a lot of stuff with, well, damn, I was going to say this is some Scientology stuff, but no, I've seen regular activists do that. Oh, fuck, they're the worst at it. Oh, but if I do this, what will happen? Well, I don't want to do this. I was getting an argument the other day with the UAW workers over at UCLA. They're going to tell me be there early in the morning. Something's happening at 3 a.m. and shit. I get over there and I don't see shit happening until I see them setting up little picket lines to stop deliveries from coming to UCLA. And they would go and talk to the delivery truck driver, like, okay, let them through. And they let everybody through. So what the fuck was the point? What the fuck was the point of that? Why? What's the point of having this fake ass protest? If you're gonna shut it down, shut it down. Don't do all this fake ass shit. Will, I need you to have a podcast. See, I wouldn't host I'm not a good host. I mean, I can host, but I'm not a good host. And that's like a lot of pressure on me. I could talk forever about it. Like, somebody can just ask me questions, I can just talk, but I don't know if I'm very good at, I can ask questions. I don't feel, it's not that I don't feel comfortable, I just don't want to. But I would. Performative protest versus engaged activism. Man, I know all about performative protests. Listen, here's the thing about performative protests I can't stand, right? When you start like, I'm going to support them by adapting their culture and the way they dress and shit. It's like, why? You're so goofy. Just be yourself. You don't have to just dress in their garb. If you're like a protest of 8 people and you're just blocking traffic, like, get the hell out of traffic. You're 8 people. Performative protest is when you show up because you're showing up because it's going to be fun. I want to show up once every 6 months or a year or whatever. That's, that, and I'm not talking about Scientology. That's just different. Scientology should be fun protest, low key. That's the best way to do it. It's the most effective way to do it, is literally fun protest. Literally. Hell yeah, Jessica. Let's do a bully podcast. We gotta get Dave on there. Was I on Stevie Weeby's show yet? Yeah, I was on his show a few months ago. No, I couldn't do a podcast with my mom. She would tell too many fucking things that she shouldn't be saying. I'd be getting arrested for crimes and stuff. Dave's the first guest. No, Solomon's the first guest. I'm telling you, Solomon, the women are going to be all over him when he turns like 19, 20. I'm telling you. Because he's going to be so far advanced, just his travels and stuff. I'm telling you, they're going to be like, and he's probably going to be about 6'4", 6'5", something like that. And you see Solomon, he's gotten like, he's like skinnier, stands tall, good posture. Solomon, you got a fresh haircut? Yeah, Solomon's a test hunter. Solomon was like one of the first people swatted. I don't know if he knows that. They called the one day on saying he had a gun. I didn't really want to tell him about it. I didn't want to freak him out. And Solomon cares a bit about people too. Like he heard. I remember over at UCLA, he was getting worked up because somebody made an anti-Asian comment about a girl, and he was just infuriated about it. And take care, Jen. And he's ready to stand up for other people. Solomon, you're a good kid. Yeah. Yeah, Gizmo definitely earned a bagel. He'll get a good bagel. Am I going to the convoy tomorrow? Yeah, I'll show up. I don't know for how long, but you know me, I gotta support. You could absolutely have a podcast. You just want a thoughtful moderator co-host to keep things on track and take the pressure and structure off you. I mean, yeah, I can listen. If you want to listen to me speak, another donation for Gizmo Big. I appreciate it, Jay. Listen, I could talk all night long. I got a lot of shit to say. I would just feel weird in a podcast because I'd be like, damn, people really want to listen to me for an hour talk on a committed basis. Yeah, what time is the convoy happening? Damn, I'm so sad I didn't get a chance to file a complaint. I didn't care. There were 3 of them I didn't care about. One of them I really cared about, though. Put Gizmo in the basket. Gizmo would get freaked out by that. If I go, he loves running with me when I'm on a scooter. Except he'll show off too. If he sees other dogs around, it's just the way he runs, I could tell. 5:30. First podcast is Good After Dark. According to DOA's community page, it says they're meeting at 4:30 and starts at 5. Man, I'm not doing a podcast with my mom. That shit will go straight to her head. I'll never hear the end of that. Are you camping 2 streets? No, I'm not camping, guys. You know me. You know me, I'll do things, but I won't. I'm not camping, guys. I respect everybody for doing it. DOA is live. My mom will get no. My mom actually. I don't know if she has a huge ego. She's pretty balanced. Just a really kind person. No, I'm definitely not putting my mother on the show. That she was one. My mom probably fucking made up all these accounts saying they want their mom. Stop making fake accounts, mom. Or either that or you're paying people to say that. Stop trying to rig this, mom. Yeah, my mom got all these sock accounts. No, I'm not glamping. Will, what time is your court hearing? I don't even know. I know it's on Wednesday. Unless it's on Tuesday. I think it's on Wednesday, though. I don't even know. I'll find out. You see how chill I am about things. I don't really give a fuck. People be like, aren't you nervous? No. For some reason, I don't get nervous. I don't think it, like I say, I don't know if that's a good thing. It's a good thing to a point. What does Mama Good think about the engagement? Ha, that's funny. She's probably laughing at that. Not the investigative nipples. Psst. That's what we're going to court on Wednesday. Pottery pickle jars. That's pretty good. Although if that hit your forehead, it would probably shatter rather than doing maximum damage. Anyway, today I talked with a New York Times reporter about, I keep on hinting at what's coming next in this UCLA thing. It's one of those things like I can't even give away even a little bit because there's things that you don't want people to do. You don't want people shutting down their Snapchat groups and all their different little chat groups that they have where they're saying incriminating shit. But let's just talk about a systemic problem at a certain place, not UCLA. Wait, was it confirmed? Confirmed what? Someone sent me the Reddit on the engagement. There's people that believe it. Oh, God. So I'm saying, see what I'm saying about Reddit? Jessica says you get nervous when I ask you to come into Scientology buildings with me. I do. I'm not going to lie. I've done it multiple times because she wants to go in there and I'm already knowing, oh, they're going to have me arrested. And Jessica's not really scared about that shit. She's literally less scared than me. Way less scared. Could care less. Yeah, Reddit is just... Yes, you guys, you get any attention, Reddit is going to come around. You said you never get nervous. Imagine lying. I did say that. I don't get nervous, though. I'm just thinking, this isn't going to work out, though. I always think about, okay, so if I do this, what's going to happen? Is it worth the risk? And I'm like, if I get trespassed, I can't go back in there again. I get one trespass warning. Is it worth it for this? So that's what it usually does. Because I'm like, she's going to get me trespassed. She's going to get me trespassed every time. Yeah, how you going to call me out? Hey, we're going to have to block Jessica for that one. Hey, Daddy Dave, I'm going to make you a moderator, and can you block Jessica? Never mind. 1 trespass per location, yeah. If I was listening to Jessica, I've been trespassed at every single Scientology location so far. Well, if I gave Dave the ability, he'd block me on my own channel. It'd just be Jessica and him in here talking. Dave was mad when I said I got engaged. Anyway, I'm about to go take a shower, guys. I feel nasty. You saw me in the news in Fox 11 regarding how bad did they chop it up? Because I'm guaranteed they focused on me saying I understood that one guy. I can only know how much they chopped it up. I believe I was on live when I was doing that interview on Fox 11. Let's see if I can find this. If you have the interview, if you don't mind, email it to me. Hold on. Let me see how bad they chop this shit up. Because whenever you're dealing with Fox News, they chop it up. They always... I'm not talking about just the national. I'm talking about... No, this is K-Cow. Oh, Karen Bass was out there faking it. Wally is right. I'm disappointed Wally didn't call me when he has my number. Why am I not seeing this? I think this is it. Oh, this phone is so slow right now because over my data limit. Even though they say unlimited data. Yeah, this phone is Spectrum. Uh-oh. Let's see how bad they chopped it up. This should be coming right here. Ooh. So I don't like the owner of Sunset Sound. Like I said, I've been kind of fighting with him on off and on with a year. For over a year.
Right. Safe, too expensive and unsustainable.
Wow. It hasn't been that way in almost a year.
We were interrupted by a man who called Inside Safe too expensive and unsustainable.
It's costing us $17,000 per month for one person.
Right.
to go into this program.
Camarada paraphrases what the mayor told him.
The alternative is much worse because it's the degradation of Hollywood.
Listen, I agree with that. The degradation of Hollywood. I live here. He doesn't live here. I live here in Hollywood. This is literally where he's talking about. Sunset Sound is my neighborhood. That's like literally my. When people think about like William and his neighborhood, they think Sunset and La Brea up to like Wilcox and or Cahuenga and Sunset. You know, that's just my area. This is an area I care about a lot. The people, I know everybody. I can't walk down the street without having a conversation. If you watched my live earlier, I get in a conversation with everybody. Just everybody, I talk to everyone. So I care about it. And I don't want to have a bunch of people on the street suffering either with lack of housing or drug addiction or anything. Like, I really want to help them, of course. And I do more than anybody in this area. Please, you can't even put the shit that I do around here to help people. And I understand. I like my neighborhood to look nice too. Since COVID, my neighborhood is absolutely collapsed. It was not like this. Like, there were not people on the street like this before COVID. There might be 4 or 5, something like, but there wasn't nothing like this. It's all because of Hollywood has gone through a great expansion over the last, I could say 5 years, but really like 15 years. But really over the last 5, 6 years, there's been a lot of construction up and down Sunset, from Sunset and Vine on up towards the 101, right? It's just a lot of new buildings and a lot of homeless people that were there were moved out. All this new construction, moving them out of near anywhere around West Hollywood. Move them out of the areas south of me, like south of Santa Monica, where the tow garage is, where Jessica's car got towed. They used to be over there. They moving them out, and they all get forced into my neighborhood. They're not actually getting people housing. They're just pushing them out, and it's all concentrating right here. So I want to see this fixed, and I understand that. I understand there is a degradation that goes along with it, right? It's not good when you go down the street and you're smelling piss and stuff. That's like I'm not cool about that. With that having been said, that doesn't mean I want to spend $17,000 a month to put people temporarily in hotels where when the money runs out in 6 months, everybody's back out in the street. What the hell did you accomplish? Can we do something real here? Can we find real solutions? It's not a real solution. It's just a way to enrich Karen Bass's friends. It's just a money grab. I'm not stupid about this stuff. It's so obvious. It's right there. It's just one big money grab, an opportunity to make a ton of money. And at the end of the day, the money's going to be gone. They're going to say, we tried. Now we're just going to actually just have to arrest homeless people. That's what we're going to do. We're just going to arrest them all. That's what we're going to head to. That's where we're going to be in a few years because of this failed program. It's going to set everything back. So, you can talk about, he's concerned about clearing around his building. And I understand his concern because that encampment has been there for a huge encampment. I get it, But at the same time, $17,000 for one person for a grifting ass program. Nah, let's do some real shit. We spend so much money on homelessness that we should be making a huge dent in it. But everybody's just putting that shit in their pockets. So that's my complaint about that. I agree. Start with putting in more public toilets. Again, I was talking about this earlier. If you have to go take a piss somewhere in Hollywood, there are like, come to the top of my head that are truly public. On Hollywood Boulevard, public bathrooms, McDonald's, Taco Bell. Unless you're in some of the restaurants or bars, those are only public. So it's like, where are you supposed to piss at? You go on the side streets, you go on the parallel streets, whether it be Yucca or Selma, and then any streets, Las Palmas, McCadden, Las Palmas, Cherokee, Schrader. It's all people just pissing there because there's nowhere to piss. It's not just homeless people either. It's just bar goers and stuff. So there should be more public toilets. That would be something I would definitely focus on. There's been times I'm out there, I'm like, man, I gotta piss. I'm hopping on a scooter trying to make it home. I agree with you on a lot of things, but yet and still there are those few random people that do not want to accept housing and do not. Yeah, there's a lot of them. I would say this. I would say that's probably at a minimum 1/3. they're not going to accept housing, especially if they're drug addicted, right? If you're drug addicted, you can put them up in housing and stuff, but they got to go out and get their drugs, and they're going to run the street all day, all night until they get the drugs. And if they, sometimes they're going to bring motherfuckers back to the apartment. It'd be like 6 people. There'd be, all types of issues. There's certain people that can't handle it. There's going to be some people that have been on the street so long that they're kind of gone. There are some people that honestly, they don't even know you're there. They're incoherent. They're so incredibly gone. A lot of them are gone, like gone. And I know the type. I'm like, I've seen people. I've seen them over the course of a year, 2 years, just start off by just kind of tricking and then getting addicted to drugs and getting worn down and living on the street and then just worn down more and more to the point, and the next thing you know, they're just not there anymore. So there are a good amount of people that you are not going to reach. It's a fact. I'm not going to be the person like, oh, you can get through to everybody. No, you can't. But in Hollywood, the people I talk to, please. My guy Midnight, he's homeless. He's not crazy. He's out there right now washing cars and stuff, trying to get, his shit together. Like, you give him a place. There's a lot of people that I know who their minds are not gone. They could use some help. I know people who have downgraded from apartments and it's like, I got to move into a van. It's too expensive. And then next thing you know, you're living in a van. And then next thing you know, you get tickets here on your van. You get tickets. And then next thing you know, your van is towed and you don't have a couple $1,000s to get it out. Now you're literally on the street. Oftentimes, I mean, that's kind of how it goes. Yes, there's some people who just mental health issues and they're just, they self-medicate and stuff. Like I say anyway, if you spend 1 night on the street, you're gonna have mental health issues. You're gonna have PTSD laying on that cold ass sidewalk 1 night. Van down by the river sounds a lot cheaper than your overpriced apartment. Jessica retracted the comment, but it was too late. Jessica pees in her backyard, but I do too. I'm the one who got her hooked on that. I was like, nah, fuck that bathroom. Just do it in the backyard is better. It's like composting. What time is it? 10:50. There's no way that crime scene, it's gonna be an all-night thing. Would you know how to just join the real world after living out in the streets for so long? You can't just jump in right after it. No, they can't. It's a culture shock. And they truly do need wraparound services. You can't just put them in apartments. Like, no, you could better give them a social worker. You better give them drug treatment. You better give them, therapy and all that other shit. You better do that. Otherwise, you just put them in a hotel room or you put them in a room. And a lot of times they say they're giving them wraparound services. In this Inside Safe program, they're just throwing them in a hotel room and be like, here's a debit card for $100. I'll be back next week. What do you think they're going to do after they've been on the street for fucking 15 years? They're going to tear shit up. They don't know how to live by those confines. Their friends are on the street and their friends are all like, hey, man, let me come stay in there with you because... And what are you going to say? No? Like, you've been having each other's backs for all these years. And then it's like, oh, you got your plate. You can't help me out. He had his tent set up in his apartment. Wow, his monthly walkthrough. He didn't want to let you in. When he seen why he had his tent set up because he wasn't used to it. Man, that's real talk. Zach's getting swatted? Oh, no. Oh, God. Guys, how come I don't get swatted like that? Oh,
It's a
fuck.
fake call. They do this to me constantly. It's harassment. They need to trace the call. It's a fake call. You're welcome.
So, real talk, the cops have their guns pulled on you and stuff. Like, you can figure out the fake calls right now. Just don't worry about that. Be like, man, I know me. I'm holding my hands up.
Yeah, they're harassing me because I'm a journalist.
Oh, fuck.
I disclose my location too much. That's all that's happened.
Okay, clear. Go back. Go back. It's clear.
Okay. Hey, come up.
Man,
What was that?
Not you. You stay right there.
Okay.
where is this at, guys? I see a freeway. That's... Was that a bridge? What kind of bridge? What is a bridge? A bridge. San Pedro.
Like that, okay, so you get further and
You're welcome.
Or he's way... There's nothing like that in Fig. Is that a bridge or is that the overpass?
It's a fake call. There's no risk.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's a fake call. They're just harassing me for being on YouTube.
Oh, that's San Pedro. What the fuck is he doing in some parking lot in San Pedro, or is that the street?
Are you gonna pat him down or what? Are we gonna sit here all day or what's going on?
Yeah, it's a fake call.
Okay, we'll figure it out,
And I'll
sir.
press
Hey,
charges
sir,
against
no
the call.
weapons or anything on you, right?
There's no weapons on me.
All right, thanks. Just pull through the check.
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't have that damn machete.
There's a knife from the central console and a sheath machete on the back.
Jesus.
Can we check the trunk too?
Is it okay we just make sure
Yeah,
there's no
yeah, yeah.
firearms in the car?
Yeah, and my keys are in my left pocket right now.
Okay.
Okay,
It's,
thank you.
expression right
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll be honest with you, like, obviously I'm not happy with Zach and shit, but, you know, I feel for a motherfucker going through some police shit right now. Unless he's swatting himself. If he is swatting himself, then fuck him. But I just automatically start feeling bad for somebody, low key. I'm not gonna lie. But man, don't ride around with that damn machete either. You're just asking for trouble.
Yeah, no, this happens to me all the time. It's
Listen, it's no. One day they're gonna be like, oh, he's kidnapping a woman with a machete and stuff. Just don't do that. You don't need that machete. What is that machete gonna do?
Left pocket. That's my wallet in my right.
Just a machete. I mean, listen, you gotta do what you gotta do to protect yourself. I get a taser. A taser's cool, but a machete.
I don't have any guns. And I'll file a report for Swatting.
Why was your camera rolling?
Because I'm just doing my YouTube because I want to talk to my audience.
Did you skip in a fake call so you could film us coming here?
Nope.
Oh fuck.
Sure wasn't you that
They're
called?
harassing. Whoever's the
Who's harassing you?
Come on with me. Go on the other side. We're gonna. He said we could check the car for any weapons, firearms. So.
Basically, I feel like walking around the lot with
Huh?
it. I was earning
I don't think so. Thank you.
Can I be honest with you? If I was close enough, I would come over there to defend him right now. I'm not even gonna lie.
Can you?
Because he's gonna get roped into a charge, and I feel bad for him almost.
I don't have any weapons on me, bro.
Unless he is really making fake calls. What do you guys think? I don't know, man. Like, I just think it's somebody. I just think it's like that one person we're not mentioning, just calling it on him. Oh God, he's probably saying that I did it. As I've been on live with all you guys. You feel it's him? All right, then maybe I'm just a sucker and I'm not. Oh. Oh. God. He's doing it himself, so I'm the sucker. I gotta stop feeling bad for him. I don't know. I mean, because the same thing with Officer White. Do I really think he owes child support? I'm like 10% he does. The only reason why a reporter reached out to me today, not to do a story on him, But he was like, the way he's acting, he acts like he's guilty of something white. So I don't know what it is. I'm leaning towards it not being the case. When I first heard that, I was like, man, that shit is just funny as a prankster because somebody pranked right before it. But then the lady I was listening to her, I'm like, man, she sure sounds convincing. She does. So I didn't know, but I was leaning toward it being fake. And then when the Daily Mail came out with the article, I'm like, did they fact check this? Or they just run it? They just accepted it as truth? Unless, so I was like, maybe they did do some fact checking. Damn, the cop sounds skeptical, like he's going to get arrested, guys. Because you hear how they were talking, like, yeah, why are you recording? You just happen to be recording. That's an LAPD right there too. If he's in San Pedro. Because that's not Palos Verdes. Maybe it is. I don't think so. It looks like the port. Like when you come over the bridge, right next to the bridge, they have the docks. The reason why I know this is because I used to literally live in San Pedro on 6th and Mesa. And that's just like, was he pulled over on the street or was he in a parking lot? Oh, it's a sheriff's. It could be the sheriff's. Was he he was in that parking lot right there? Oh, guys, you have to understand, that's actually not even safe. Like that part of San Pedro is, anybody familiar with San Pedro? Like being right there by the bridge and those, oh, unless, what part of the bridge? Because if he could be in a parking lot where it's sort of like they had like a running path and stuff over there. But it looks like he was on the other side of the bridge where it's like, that's all freight stuff. And like, why would you even be over there? I would be freaked out by it. Well, they can trace his call, right? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I guess he likes his attention, man. Again, how come I don't get swatted, guys? Like they do all this swatting. How come I don't get these things? Yeah, I'd be showing my location is shown. It's night though. I generally didn't unless I was literally at the police scene. Most of the time I had the camera facing me. He said, because I'm normal. Zach banned you because you were about to tell his chat what he did in 2018. Jackie, you want to share? I'm going to patiently await. I think it has something to do with USC or a girlfriend. Yeah, it's probably at the parking lot for dock worker. That's an odd place to park, guys. Low key. Like I said, if you're from Long Beach, San Pedro, Palos Verdes, you know what I'm talking about. Like, why would you park? Who parks over there? That's creepy is to park over there. Yeah, I'm waiting for the tea. I looked over the area and the warehouses in Longshoreman's Union area. Is Zach a longshoreman? Like, literally out of everywhere in LA, that's probably the last place I'm going to want to go park. Jen, you from the LBC. So imagine going over that bridge and parking in that parking lot right there. Not on the side where they have like the running path and there's like a water fountain that shoots up and they have the Navy ship and stuff. No, he on the other side. He got arrested for stalking. He was obsessively following a lady. He also got a trespass outside of her house. Jackie, you got any paperwork or any screenshots of any of this stuff? I would love for you to email it to filmthepolicela@gmail.com. filmthepolicela@gmail.com. Streets, it's a green light parking port. Sitting at an empty parking lot alone at night with a machete. Oh, Green Line parking port. So he's not in San Pedro then. Wait, I got this mixed up or something? That's the USC stuff? Because he said, I asked him, how can we uncover the protests at USC? He's like, oh, I've been trespassed from there for exposing things. But North Long Beach, to be exact, by what part of North Long Beach? By like the Trader Joe's over, is that on Atlantic or Long Beach Boulevard? That part? Or up by, I guess it used to be the 99-cent store. I guess that's closed now. Jackie, I appreciate it. Oh, he's in Redondo Beach. Okay. Oh, he's in Redondo. Oh, okay. All right. By Gaffey? Man, I don't want to be on by Gaffey at night. Hey, do they still have that skateboarder park under the freeway over there? Off of Gaffey? Or is it on Gaffey? Drama tonight, guys. Drama tonight. Susan Harasuna, the lady who, when I mentioned the numbers about $17,000 and stuff and the cost, she asked me to send her over the data on that, the proof of that. I will gladly send it over. Huh, please. I went over there, screamed my way onto that thing to finally get somebody to cover a little bit. I know I talk about Jamie York. You heard me talk about her. Jamie York is a friend of mine. Jamie York was nominated for the what do you call it? I'm having a brain lock right now. For the Ethics Commission by Kenneth Mejia. And city council fucked her over, and it's heartbreaking because she's just one of the great people, just an ethical person. This is exactly who you want for the job. And they're like, nah, we can't have that type of person on here. Oh, by Bixby Knowles. Bixby Knowles. What video on Reddit is Zach talking about that was leaked of them tapping his phone? Oh, God. Will, I got to say you were inspiring. I am 15. I just started First Amendment auditing. Hey, BF NTNT, you're awesome. 15 years old. I give you a lot of credit. Stick with it. And, always do the right thing. Stand up for people. Will, hi, Will. You inspired me to start protesting Scientology in Utah. The cops are super awesome here, though nothing like LA. All right, that's pretty cool. Love is love. Yeah, Reddit is pretty bad. Reddit is not so good. It's all good, though. And removed of an illegal recording. Used to live in North Long Beach, borderline Paramount. With Paramount? Okay. Just saw me on Fox 11 News, and they didn't even, at least they took a good clip. Zach's now a guest of Redondo Beach PD. Wait, what? What do you mean by that? He's changed since the parking ticket and thinks he can handle anything. Love is Love says, I'm almost at my 500 subscribers, but I need watch hours and views, so we are having a protest handing out drinks and cookies tomorrow. Why don't you guys follow Love is Love? Watch some of her videos to help her get her watch hours up. I went and recapped that whole video of that interview, and it was so long I couldn't send it to you, and then they didn't even use it at all. Yeah, they never use. All I was looking for was a soundbite. I figured they were gonna be like use a soundbite of me saying I feel bad for this. I understand what this business owner is going through, and they didn't. But I've done interviews with Susan Harasuna before, and so and I got a little bit of reputation that if you fucking you and people know I don't care for the press here. You fuck me over, I'm gonna come after you. Zach would get beat up in jail for talking too much. Zach's gonna be in with the crazy people. He's not doing well. Actually, I'm at the point now where okay, I'm not even gonna beat up on Zach anymore. This guy is, I feel there's a point when I had to make a point with him, trying to put my name in my mouth and try to get me arrested and shit. Oh my God, am I fucking stupid enough to go riding down there and try to get him out of fucking jail if he's getting arrested? Am I that dumb? I'm seriously considering it. I'm tired for that shit. I'd be such a dumbass. Get him. Zach's a little off. I don't think he's lost totally, but it could happen. Now, if I show up, does he be like, oh, that's the guy right there. It's William Good. Right there. I'm out. I'm out. So let me go. I'm out. Harasuna is a respected longtime reporter on Fox 11. So the funny thing, I'm low key, right? So I'm used to doing interviews with her via Zoom and stuff. And when I saw her today, I was like, I thought she was one of the homeless people out there, low key. She looked different. She's tiny. Pimp swatted Zach. He won't leave their grave. Does he still do that? Does he still do the Figueroa recordings? Because I'll be honest with you, like, pimps are gonna get mad at that shit. I mean, I know they say he's not totally lost, but he's close, and I get that too. I feel that way, but at the same time, if he's been arrested in 2018 for stalking a woman and stuff, then we're talking about 6 years later and he's still doing it. Can you get through to somebody like that? I don't know. I don't know. Man, he got some serial killer ways about him. And the whole machete thing in the car, it's like, fuck, why the machete? I mean, I get it. He's paranoid. He's thinking everybody's after him. I'm doing investigative. Like, what investigative journalist walks around with machete? Like you're in Bogota, Colombia or something. Like, what the fuck, man? You're in Redondo Beach with a machete? Come on now. A machete and a knife and a fucking rape kit. And like, what the fuck? William, the guy isn't worth it. I'm looking for reasons not to go, right? Because I'm if I'm there when he's out, he start freaking out. He's like, no, 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 no. There he is right there. That's him. There he is. William Good. He swatted me. I want out. I'm done. Let me go. Let me go. I'm just doing investigative journalism. I'm done. I'm tired of being swatted. I'm done. Doot, 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 doot. 911. Vape. Whatever he's doing. Listen, I think he needs some medication. I bet you he's been prescribed it. And I think he was on it for a while, and then he got a little muffin and stuff and got high. And he's like, yeah, this is exactly what I need. I feel different now. And so he's like, stopped taking his medication, started smoking weed like crazy. It was a night one time when I was trying to get a ride for Solomon, and I asked him if he'd give him a ride. I looked, and he said, yeah. And I looked at him. I'm like, hell no, you're not driving Solomon home. I was like, you are not. And ever since then, he's been this. He had those muffins, and he's like, yeah, man, I need some cannabis. And who knows what the fuck else he's doing. No offense to Zach, but how can you be an investigative? They got it before I could. I was just gonna. Oh yeah, he's bipolar, all that schizoaffective disorder. Just he needs to apologize in LA. It's beyond that at this point, I think, probably. Don't you think? Maybe. Like, I don't know. You were in prison at 18 for weed? Fuck. Jail for weed, prison for weed is just crazy. His 420 live when he listed off everything he smoked, ate while driving pissed me off. That's when I stopped watching. Yeah, the paranoia would make a lot more sense. I'm just looking on my other phone. I just keep on getting more and more tips in about the story I'm working with UCLA. Who's that? He's interesting. Not everyone can smoke weed. I agree. And I don't want everybody smoking weed because that way I have more weed for myself. I think I can handle smoking weed because you guys always see me high. It's all act. I think sometimes he was straight up watching for the cops to show up. Really? He knew they were coming. Cop said he called. If he's doing that for attention, it's like a saddest thing of all time. For attention. If I want attention, I just go yell at some robots and post it. He has MPD. Drop him off a half-eaten burrito and stay out of it. That's funny. The cop said, "Are you sure that wasn't you that called?" He was talking about DOA being the most swatted. That's true, because remember there was a time when he was obsessed with Jessica. He would just stand. I used to kind of make fun of it. He was like, he would just put a camera on her and he'd be like, that's Jessica Palmadessa, she got swatted. Jessica Palmadessa, she got swatted. He would just say that for like minutes on end, half hour. And Jessica was feeling all creepy. They killed a pimp on Figueroa in Florence. Damn, that's where he was at, right? At one point. So he would be creepy with Jessica like that. Jessica Palmadessa, she got swatted. Jessica Palmadessa, and she got swatted. And we in LA has to leave because it's too dangerous. Oh, so maybe it's like I get swatted and to win we in LA back because he gets attention for it. I don't know, man. It would be crazy if that were the case. I don't know, though. Yeah, I'm telling you, him and Daddy Dave. I don't want to put Daddy Dave at risk like that. You know, Daddy Dave's my guy. Yeah, he was in Redondo, it looks like. Feeds off the idea of being most hated. That's why he goes on a certain loser's show. He's why Jessica stopped going to La Poubelle. Part of it. Dave has got issues, right? It's just Dave can't, you know. Dave is harmless to Jessica because Dave will never make it to California. He's gonna be sad when nobody shows up for him. Honestly, I literally, you know, I truly feel bad for him. And if he weren't in Redondo Beach, because Hollywood to Redondo Beach is just the opposite side of fucking LA. Appreciate it, Lawrence. Cry for help. Raintology, you get some good rest. Thank God Goodness Solomon's away from him. I agree. That would be real delinquency of a minor. Zach is addicted to the adrenaline he gets from being swatted while filming. And his reactions are just not helpful. He's like, I'm being swatted. I'm being swatted. And how's that look? Like, imagine you're out there, you're stopping a guy, and they step out, and you're like, I'm being swatted. I'm being swatted. My friends are swatting me. You'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? This guy's crazy. He's like, and then you'd be like, are you calling this on yourself? He's like, no, I'm doing investigative reporting. They won't let me go. They won't let me go. I'm out. And they're going to be like, wait, no, you're going to have to come to the station with us. That's, imagine if you were in that position and he's just like, I'm being swatted. I'm doing investigative journalism have you seen the series on Scientology? The investigations with Francois Coster with the swatting? I'm talking to the bartender at La Poubelle. They'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm being swatted. The investigation of Scientology is swatting. $400,000. Like, what the hell? He could get 5150. Shit. He yelled, I don't have a gun before the cops even asked. I mean, yeah. My friends are swatting me. People who are actually being swatted have no clue they're being swatted. They're shocked, surprised, and scared. He has the same answer each time. He's prepared. He's the one calling him himself. Fuck, man. He drives 100 miles per hour while he's intoxicated, risking everybody's life. Yes, guys, it's not good. The cop saying, "Did you slip in a fake call to film us?" What? They said that to him? And then he says, "Oh, God, my voice has been AI'd and my phone spoofed and now eavesdropped on." What? He's saying his phone is being eavesdropped on? So they're listening. Someone's listening to my phone. He's been, oh, God. He is a straitjacket, guys. Man, these cops were not having it. Shit. He said his phone was bugged. Ugh. My God. Sometimes, you ever, when you deal with people who are dealing with some mental health problems and you're watching this dark shit, and then after I watch it, it just makes me feel fucked up in the head, I used to feel that way when I watched that show. What was the name of it? It was like an addiction type show, but it had different types of addictions and problems. People. What was the name of that? No, not My Strange Addiction. It was yeah, I guess it was like an not intervention. Yeah, intervention. And they would, yeah, intervention. And I just remember this lady, she was like puffy. She was talking about, she's like, she would hoard food. It was just like rotten food. Her son was in there, like, you gotta get rid of this stuff. It was like a pack of cheese and it was expanding. She's like, it's just a little puffy. The whole pack was expanding, like the gases in it were. And I used to watch Intervention. I'd watch that show and I was like, man, this is the darkest shit I've ever seen. I feel like shit afterwards watching that. It's like, I could watch all types of shit. I could watch somebody get shot, but watching Intervention and watching that, honestly, watching like gambling addictions is fucking gross too. It's hard. Oh, no, Hoarders. Hoarders. That's it. Hoarders. Oh, fuck. Hoarders. I was so stuck on her with that pack of cheese and it was just fucking swollen. And she's like, it's just a little puffy. Just a little, I mean, like, well, you're not going to eat that. Oh. Yeah, I'm the type of person, people, a whole leftover thing. Yeah, I guess I'll eat leftovers the next day, kinda. But then I'm not touching that shit. That shit freaks me the fuck out. Long legs? Okay. How can he afford to live in LA? Maybe he has some sort of disability. I don't know. Maybe he has. Maybe his family takes care of him. Maybe he lives with his mom. Becky, the second he did the Yo Mama jokes, I knew he had been listening to your stream. He was doing Yo Mama jokes. Oh my God. Yeah, man. What time is it? I'm going to get off in 5 minutes. He loves Yo Mama jokes and they all suck. Oh. Yo mama jokes are really big among the surf gang. Oh, he makes his money on OnlyFans. Something about a nip fetish. He's gonna walk into jail. They'll be like, I want those nipples. Hey, bring me those nipples. Rub your nipples for me. He's like, what, these? He's like, yeah, rub them nipples for me. He's like, I'm an investigative journalist. I want out. I'm done. I want out. I'm done. I didn't even notice the nipples. It wasn't until Jessica pointed it out to me and she's like, look at the size of them. And I was like, oh, I didn't even notice that. So it's really hers. Her fault. I shouldn't make fun of him. Yes, I should. I'm a bad person. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm not the great person you think I am. I clown people. Can't help it. From the streets. And then Jessica's the one who showed me those suction cups that I didn't know there was such thing as nipple suction cups, but she's like, yeah, these are what Zach must be using. I'm like, God, I never even knew they had these things. So don't blame me for this. It's all Jessica. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Good stuff, Deb. I just saw that. And that's another thing, right? Because I was trying to warn everybody kind of about Zach at first, and then Jessica's like, no, he's nice. Just give him a chance. So she kind of got us in this position. I'm not going to read Jessica's comment because she's lying on me right now. Or would I lie to you about Jessica? Ask yourself that. Would I? Between the Zach juice? Oh. The way Zach come up out of that pool. All slow motion. Like it's Brooke Shields or something like that. Streets owes us $400K for 7 more years. Huh? I would never. I can't believe Jessica would say I'd lie to you about her. You guys know. You guys know. I would never lie to you guys about Jessica. Never. No more Zach juice. Low key, I laugh. I've been laughing all week about that phone call about White. That shit was fucking funny as hell. Oh my God. Damn, William, you just throwing Jessica under the bus. That's not what fiancés do. Yeah, I always do it to my fiancés. All 20 of them. I've never made it to a wedding, but he be getting out of the pool like Baywatch, slow motion. What was it, like Brooke Shields? No. And he starts jiggling them. And then he's got his sunglasses on. Yeah, I went off on White today. I mean, my thing is White is right. Obviously, I'm leaning toward it being fake, but I don't know, and I think they need to do an investigation to make sure. You know, they've swatting calls with me, and they'd be like, "Hey, we know it's false, but we still have to do our investigation, right? We gotta, we still gotta investigate." So I'm saying, oh, Zach doing his Pamela Anderson impression. It was hard to hear Jessica giggling. It was funny. Hearing the giggling was what makes it so damn funny. And I was laughing, and the dude's like, "That's so ghetto," and he's just sitting there with a dumb look on his face. White had a hard time. And then what's his name? Costello had to get in the mix, but he didn't know. I already looked him up, and I knew all about. I was like, damn. I did his relation his husband looks way better than he does. I don't know how he really did marry up, and the dude makes way more money. So maybe Costello has a great personality. The caller was convincing as hell, and especially like it sounded like she had an accent from the Midwest or something. I don't know. Yeah, DOA went off on White today. Every time he sees me, man, he said White is so soft, it's funny. That's the damn truth about it. That's why I always pick on him, because he's so soft. He's taller than me. He's probably 6'6", maybe even 6'7". He's just super tall. But the problem is he never wins an argument with me because he's too slow with his talking. He can never get his thoughts together fast enough, relay it to his lips and get it out in time, and I just run over him every single time. It's just too easy because he could never get a word out. I just run over his ass. And today he's like, "I'm not putting up with this. This is this is slander. This is slander." I'm like, "Shut up." Oh yeah, he's super tall. He's taller than me. He's just he's goofy. Like I say, he's not gonna have an argument with me and ever win. It doesn't even matter the merits on it. Like, he could be right on the merits, but he's just not gonna get it out. I'm just gonna run over him. Yep, Snow White. Yeah, he's slow. And he's got some insecurities, I think. Yeah, he's like, "That's slander, and you have been warned." I was like, I don't know if it's slander or not. I don't know the truth. You lie to me all the time. The newspaper says otherwise. The newspaper says it's true. I have to go with the newspaper, guys. I have to. I haven't watched UFC in a long time, low key. I used to always watch it. No, I just stopped probably like 6 years. Tell him to hire an attorney, but he can't afford it with all the child support due, allegedly. I mean, listen, if it's not true, he should sue the hell out of that paper. I'll be honest with you, because that would be fucked up. The Daily Mail. Leave me out of it. I mean, if he wants to try to throw me in, that shit won't work in court. Oh yeah, there's an actual article about it. Hold on, guys. If you just Google LAPD Brian White, first thing, that's why the funniest thing is, first thing it comes up when you Google LAPD Brian White is my Twitter account. right? And then the second thing that comes up is LAPD officer's ex-wife phones in a city council meeting. He was patrolling to publicly shame him. I'll be honest with you, he's probably going to sue and he'll win on this shit. If it's not true, he'll win on this shit. And his ex-wife phones in the council meeting. He was patrolling to publicly shame him for skipping alimony payments. That's funny as hell, man. Hey, let's play it real quick. Hold on, guys.
Good evening, Council. I'm just calling because I have not received a response from LAPD. I sent a few messages regarding this. This is regarding Officer Brian White, who's there right now. Officer Brian White and I have 3 kids together, and he's behind that child support.
I'm sorry, you guys are fine.
That's ghetto as well. That's ghetto.
Ramona, going once. How did you find this phone? Ramona's not speaking. Okay, so then that concludes public comment. Thank you for all of your comments. And next up, we're gonna go into NPG and then we'll go into law. So NPG, so this month, we're gonna be talking about.
Good evening, Council. I'm just calling because I have not received a response from LAPD. I sent a few messages regarding this. This is regarding Officer Brian White, who's there right now. Officer Brian White and I have 3 kids together, and he's behind that child support. I'm
sorry, you guys are fine.
Oh my God.
That's ghetto as well. That's ghetto.
Oh God. That's funny. I'm sorry. That's funny as hell. And he's going to be like, I know he's going to be like, well, cease and desist on playing the video. That shit is all over. I've seen that, like so many other accounts posted that on TikTok, on Instagram. And my thing is, man, post that shit. I don't care. That shit is funny. It's all out there. So much. So he's got, media in the UK doing articles about him. My God. Yeah, he tried to blame me. He's like, well, these fake calls come in when you're here. Well, listen, the fake call came in like right either before or after that, calling Jessica like a slut or something like that. It's like nobody controls this. You talk about fake calls. How many times have we been swatted? So don't make it sound like we're responsible for this person that called in. Either it's a fake call, or you need to pay your fucking wife. Or ex. Anything on Zach, guys? Does anybody know if he's been arrested or some shit? Everyone laughing is the best part. I agree. I mean, the only thing is, man, the internet is forever. I think, honestly, if this story is not true, low-key, the police union probably going to sue, and they will win. They're going to have to, I think. Because they're not even verifying that shit. It'd be one thing, you can get away with it if you had an article saying during a meeting, a caller called in who is supposedly or reportedly or claims to be his wife. But they're like, no, his ex-wife called in definitively. Where will Zach be in 5 years? Oh, fuck. Not doing well at this point. Yeah, allegedly, anything. You can't just definitively just accept the claim. Zach is right now in the detective room right now. He's like, I want out. I want out. I'm out. I'm done. I'm done. Let me go. Let me go. It's my friends. It's AI. It's not me. It's the AI. They're bugging me. Bugging who's bugging you? My friends, my ex-friends. Who's that? It's like shit. He's gonna say these things and it's going to look incriminating. And I don't even think he's meaning for, like I said, I don't know if Zach's everybody else seems to be absolutely convinced. Maybe that's the case. Why is that guy walking by looking like what? What are you up to? You can find out about it when you do the inmate lookup. So you go to just Google LA County inmate lookup. LA County inmate lookup, and then this little form you put in, just put in his first and last name, it'll pop up. It's not going to show up until he's booked. So, for all you know, he could be getting taken to the station right now. They'll tow his car. They'll probably search his car thoroughly. He'll be taken in. He'll have to talk to a detective. Detective, he's gonna talk. God, he's gonna talk. And then they're gonna have to confer and decide what they want to do. Do they have enough to charge him? And if they decide to charge him, that process can be so many hours. Like I said, when I got arrested at UCLA, it's 7 hours, 7.5 hours later, and they still had not booked me yet. So my name never showed up in the computer. So it could be hours before he's booked. If it was like one of those things, like the guy who did the shooting tonight, like he was booked. He was booked. He's probably in the system right now as being booked. Or close to it. Let's put it that way. Because they already knew they were going to arrest him. Where with him, they're going to detain him while they do their investigation, which could be hours. Same thing they did with Aaron. Aaron. He was held for hours and he was never booked because he was never charged. He was never charged with anything. I called Redondo Beach Police Department. He's not in custody. They had no swatting calls tonight, but he was stopped by the LASD, the sheriffs, right? Or was it Redondo PD? Do they have a straight jacket in his size? Yeah, it's a yellow one. He's me talking about, yeah, my ex-friends, William Good, Jessica Balmadessa, and Scott Hazard. And they're going to be like, DOA. They're going to refer to him as DOA. He's like, what does that stand for? Is it Defender Vance? And he'd be like, what? Yeah, he has a van, and he calls himself Defender Vance. He wears like a cape, sometimes barefoot. And they're like, wait, what? Yeah. And William Good, he does cop watching, and he does Scientology, and he yells at robots. Like robots? Yeah, at Austin. What? And Jessica Papadessa, she's she's got sugar daddies and what? Yeah, so they're swatting me. I talked to Detective Ludo. Which detective? Ludo from the LAPD. So if I call him, he'll verify this. Start talking about the bartender and we're trying to stop him from doing journalism. Like, all that shit's gonna sound crazy as fuck. Like, how do you, like, honestly, if he's in there right now, fuck, don't say anything. It's Shut the Fuck Up Friday. You guys familiar with Shut the Fuck Up Friday? It's Shut the Fuck Up Friday. Let me show you how this works. Here, let me show you this.
Mark and Craig, Pop Brothers at Law. It's Shut the Fuck Up Friday, and we are here with Michael Rappaport, and we are...
Oh, not him. No, not him. No, not him. Not him. Not him. Not Michael Rappaport. He's annoying. Why is this not loading?
Mark and Craig, Pop Brothers at Law. We've been warning people, if you are working for an unlicensed dispensary, an illegal dispensary, and it gets raided, you need to shut the fuck up. If you shut the fuck up, you have a good chance that we can make the case go away. Case in point, 3 employees of an illegal shop were busted during a raid. 2 of them said,
Jesus fuck.
"Oh, I'm just volunteering here." The 3rd guy shut the fuck up, and the DA did not prosecute the guy who shut the fuck up. They can't prove what you were doing there. If you're a customer, patient, walked in to go to the bathroom, they don't know. You got to shut the fuck up, and it's Shut the Fuck Up Friday, so review the script. What do you say when the cop first pulls you over?
Why'd you pull me over?
And when he keeps asking questions?
Not discussing my day.
And they ask more questions?
Am I being detained or am I free to go?
And if detained, what do you say?
I invoke the 5th.
And then what do?
You shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up Friday. Never answer questions when the cops ask.
Have safe holidays.
Tip of the day.
So Zach needs to go by Shut the Fuck Up Friday.
We've been warning people, if you are working for
Stop.
an unlicensed dispensary, an illegal dispensary, and
Why
it
does
gets
he keep on
raided,
playing?
you need to shut the fuck up. If you shut the fuck
So Zach, if you get anybody talks to him, tell him it's Shut the Fuck Up Friday. He needs to shut the fuck up. Because he's only going to say a bunch of dumb shit that's going to make him look worse. Everything he says is going to sound crazy. So shut the fuck up Friday, Zach. Just shut the fuck up. When the cops are talking to you right now, if you have access to your phone, just shut the fuck up. I know he's going to talk. He's going to fucking talk. He's going to sound insane. He said Swattings get you 50% more viewers. Jesus, why would he say this stuff? That's incriminating as fuck. All right, guys, I'm about to get off. Something could happen that I go back out. But I'm going to get off. And remember, guys, it's Shut the Fuck Up Friday. Check out Charles Patrick on X Twitter. Appreciate you, mods. You guys are great. You know that. I'm out of here. Get a good night. Sleep, everyone. And remember, one thing you don't want to think about tonight, don't think about Zach Juice. Good night, everybody.